people were treated on the scene before being taken to hospital to a major trauma unit. The police have said that this is an appalling incident that has led to people seriously injured.
Don't worry, he's laughing. Send the pictures of Press Bureau and go, we're waiting.
The dogs, I think, would have taken place yesterday. Which is say this will be a concern now for members of the public that live locally around here. Sky News has spoken to some residents who have shared their concern as to what happened here yesterday. I've just spoken to two men actually, both of whom say that they have young children. They live locally and say their hearts were in their mouths when they heard the news this morning, and they awoke learning about what had happened. They believe that violence really generally in this area is starting to get worse. They reference an incident that took place in the summer of a 15-year-old Renee Graham, sadly shot dead at a park which is not far from here, only a couple of 100 metres away from here. They've also said that they believe that they heard gunshots back in May. They said no one they didn't think was hurt, but they were referencing that incident that they said took place back in May to say that they believe that there is a concerning level of violence. So as you can see, there is still multiple police cordons in place here where we believe the incident took place. There are still multiple police officers carrying out their inquiries as well. Earlier on we saw some forensic officers making their way through the cordons here too, gathering evidence. As inquiries are still ongoing. We also know that several roads around this area have also been closed. Several roads in Ladbroke Grove and in Mazer Vale remain cordoned off as forensic teams continue to gather their evidence. You may be able to see in the far corner there are forensic officers down there further on. One of those cordons, you can see a group of officers that are gathered there collecting their evidence. This is an active investigation. Police have said that as yet no arrests have been made, but they have said that the 8-year-old girl who's in hospital is now in a stable condition. The condition of the 34-year-old man who's in hospital is still unknown. Police have also confirmed that the 30-year-old woman who was taken to hospital was taken there as a precautionary measure. So these are appealing for anyone that may have any information to come forward. We are now expecting for a press conference to take place shortly. Press conference where we believe the Metropolitan Police will give us a little bit more detail as to what happened yesterday afternoon or yesterday evening about 5:30. As soon as we get any more information from the police about the press conference, we'll be sure to bring it to you. Maybe able to see further down the road, you can see there are police officers. They look like they are looking down the side of a wall. There are a few forensic officers as well. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but you can see there's probably about 7 or 8 police officers gathering evidence as well as a forensic officer working as the police inquiries continue. Now there are multiple cordons in place. Police are stopping anyone that's walking around this area wanting to get inside that police cordon. Most of the people that are trying to get through there do live here locally, and they've spoken to Sky News about their horror really, learning that an 8-year-old child has been seriously injured following a shooting that took place here yesterday evening at 5:30 yesterday evening. The emergency services received a call responding to reports that a shooting had taken place. Emergency services said that they arrived within 6 minutes of them receiving that call. London Ambulance Service also treated 2 patients at the scene. They were then transferred to a major trauma centre as a matter of priority as their injuries were addressed at that major trauma centre. We also know that a 32-year-old woman was also taken to hospital, but that was as a precautionary measure. Detectives are appealing for information. They want anyone who may have dashcam footage, who may have been in the area locally, who may have used on their mobile phones to contact the police and give them that information as their inquiries are still ongoing. Yeah, that's right. There are several roads that have now been closed as a result of this active investigation. Several roads in Ladbroke Grove and the Maidvale areas remained cordoned off as forensic teams scour for evidence. And it really is a huge job, isn't it, for police officers when crime like this is taking place. They have to make sure that they're very detailed, forensic in their gathering of evidence. They need to make sure that every inch of this crime scene is searched. Any detail which may look insignificant to people like hers, but to them they will be collecting every bit of evidence, trying to paint a picture as to what happened yesterday evening. And often in these types of cases, witnesses are vitally important. They want to speak to anyone who lives locally who may have seen anything. I've just spoken to a man who said that he was sat watching television yesterday and hadn't realised what was happening until he saw the blue lights flooding his road and multiple police cars. He showed me here yesterday evening. It was about 4 or 5 police cars with the blue flashing lights. He said that he was very alarmed at what had happened. He said he hadn't seen or heard what took place before the police cars arrived. Because people like him, people that live locally in flats or work in this area that may have been travelling to work or from work to get back home, who may have seen anything, police will want to speak to them as part of their investigation. Now we are expecting an update any time now. Actually, the update was meant to take place around 1 o'clock this afternoon, but as you can see, it's a live and active investigation. We've got multiple officers in the background here in this Cordon. They're working tirelessly, trying to gather as much evidence as possible. So yeah, police will be working now around the clock, trying to speak to any witnesses who may have seen anything that took place here yesterday at around 5:30 in the evening. Now you can see there in this shop that they are starting to make their way towards us now, it seems. They have just been looking at a bit of a wall that had some steps leading up to that building. They're now making their way towards us, combing this area, scouring for evidence, because as we are now expecting the press briefing, which should be coming any moment now. We can see the spokesperson walking towards us now.
That's not even a sign. Give them the pay rates.
No, we have thought that this could be signalling the start of the test by votes.
You've got pulses down there. I've got pulses down there.
Well, Anna, the shooting happened here at Southern Road in North Kensington at 9:30 yesterday evening. Paramedics arrived within 6 minutes and treated two patients at the scene. The 8-year-old
Yeah, that's right.
girl
It is a residential area. There are businesses by the corner, a few shops. There are quite a lot of flats as well. Housing estates around this area. It's very quiet now, as well as there are several roads have now been closed as a result of this incident. It means that many of the residents that live locally here haven't been able to walk around as freely. They've got to ask police officers to enter in and out.
He's just coming.
We are actually expecting a press briefing from the Metropolitan Police to take place any moment now. There's some activity on the ground where we are. As I've just said, this is the main border that's in place as a result. Many of the roads have been closed. Lots of the residents have been milling around when we're here speaking about what's happened, talking about other cases as well, mainly referencing the case of Freddie Gray, a 15-year-old boy who was sadly shot and killed earlier in the summer. It took place at his park, which is literally just around the corner from where the girl who was seriously injured as a result of a shooting in hospital, thankfully now in a stable condition, as well as a 34-year-old man who also received injuries. He is also in hospital, but his condition is still unknown. We also know that the 32-year-old woman who was taken to hospital was taken there as a precautionary measure. That's all the detail we really have at the moment. We haven't yet had the names of those patients that have been injured revealed to us yet. But we are hoping that when this press briefing by the Metropolitan Police takes place, I believe it is imminent, that we will get more of that information. In fact, I can see now to who is going to give us for the day. This is what I've been introduced to the people taking this information.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Superintendent Owen Renowden, and I'm the lead for policing in Kensington and Chelsea. I'm going to give you an update on the shooting that took place here last night. As we're in the early stages of the investigation, I'm going to be unable to answer further questions, but I will keep you updated as the investigation progresses. Last night, at approximately 5:30 p.m, we received numerous 999 calls to Southern Row reporting that shots had been fired and a number of people in a vehicle had been injured. We immediately dispatched units to the scene, including local officers from the emergency response teams on the borough, supported by armed officers from the Specialist Firearms Command. On arrival, officers located a 34-year-old man and an 8-year-old girl who had sustained serious gunshot injuries. Also present in the car were a 2-year-old child and a 32-year-old woman who were thankfully unharmed. I want to take this opportunity now to thank the members of the public who came to the aid of those who were injured last night. Officers administered first aid before being assisted by colleagues from the London Ambulance Service. Both injured parties were taken to hospital, where they currently remain in a serious but stable condition. The 34-year-old male has sustained potentially life-changing injuries, whilst the 8-year-old girl remains in surgery, although we do not believe her injuries to be life-threatening at this time. They are being supported by specialist officers, and my thoughts remain with them. Immediately following the incident, officers arrested a 22-year-old male on suspicion of attempted murder, and he remains in police custody. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Specialist Crimes Command, who are working closely with our local teams to establish the circumstances surrounding what took place last night. I recognise that any shooting has a traumatic impact on the local community, and I've already heard today how last night's incident in particular has affected local people. There will be a continued presence from our neighbourhood policing teams over the coming days, and we are working closely with our partners to increase the presence of all services in the area. Although the investigation is progressing at pace, I want to appeal today to anyone with information that may assist to come forward. You can do so by calling 101 and quoting a CAD reference 5238, or by contacting Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. I want to end by thanking the local community for their continued patience while we investigate this appalling incident. Thank you.
Were they known to each other?
shooting. We heard there Johnny thanking members of the public as well who came to the aid of those victims, two victims who were seriously injured, an 8-year-old girl and a 34-year-old man. We also heard that the 32-year-old woman was taken into hospital for precautionary measures was also unharmed. But as you said, I think the key detail that came from that press conference just now is the fact that officers arrested a 22-year-old on suspicion of attempted murder, and the fact that this investigation is now being led by specialist crime command. Also interesting that the fact that residents are concerned was also referenced, recognising that a shooting like this is likely to have a huge impact on the community and the people that live locally to here. As you said before, it is largely a residential area, lots of businesses, lots of families who live around here. Some of them have also told us families about how shocked they are to learn today that an 8-year-old child was injured, seriously injured, as a result of the shooting, now in hospital, thankfully stable. But learning also from this press conference is a 2-year-old toddler was also in that vehicle as well. And I'm pleased to have said that this investigation is now moving at pace. It's still appealing to anyone that may have any information, may be travelling locally in this area, to come forward with any information, even if they believe it is insignificant. But please, they say, want to know.